What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Talk That Talk podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-hosts with me.
You know me, I'm out here. I'm man bun reasons today.
Man,
Man
so
bun.
much. What to do one time, fellas? There's so much to talk about. My head is about to explode. We had to cut some of it short because there ain't just enough time to talk about what's going on today, dog.
Big facts. Big facts.
Sports
But
world going
before,
up.
before we get into some juicy juice
Mhm.
of y'all coach. see, y'all coach. See, we blow Super Bowl leads. Y'all coach take a whole nother. We're gonna get into that, but I just had to toot my horn.
Mm.
Technically, no
This-
longer our coach.
Hold on. Don't disrespect my moment. All right. Mr. I didn't win a game all week. Mr. went 0-5. Mr. only one game ahead and was talking all that wooty woo that, bro, you ain't even gonna catch me.
You still
I'm
ain't
right
called me.
here.
You ain't
I'm
called
right
me.
here.
You ain't called
I'm
me.
coming for you, bro.
Have you surpassed me? Have you
I'm
tied me?
coming for you.
Have
Don't
you
worry about
surpassed or
that.
tied?
We still got
Have you
10
surpassed or
whoa, we
tied?
still got what?
Have
10 more
answered
weeks?
the
12
question.
more weeks? I'm
Have
not
you
worried
sur-
about
So-
the passing moment. It's gonna happen.
Do I look
Just
worried?
know.
Do I look
Just
worried?
know I'm figuring this thing out. Just know that, my guy. Anyway,
So I'm not. So listen, America. I'm not gonna do what he does. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, man, if this would have happened like this, and if they would
hey,
have
when
just
somebody
kicked
go
the field
0-5
goal,
America, this is what you get right here. Somebody who go
I'm
0-5,
listening.
this is what you get right here.
I'm good.
Pitiful.
It was a bad week.
Pitiful. He's hurt.
It was
He's
a bad week.
emotional. Somebody get this man some tissue. Let's talk
Yeah.
about it because somebody else needs some tissue because he had to resign. Y'all coach, I'm gonna let y'all take the foot because this is y'all coach. I'm not a Vegas fan. This is y'all coach. How do y'all feel about Jon Gruden retirement and the reason why he had to retire? Let's talk about it.
He resigned. Yes.
Well,
guess because
he can't work no more. It's a wrap.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess I'm saying it becomes a retirement. It's a very interesting situation. You know, I like Gruden personally as a coach. I always felt like as a coach he was solid. I never really liked him as a play caller in this new modern era. Old modern era, you know, he was doing some things that won game. And so the Raiders were successful. As a man, I don't know him. So I can't really too much on the character outside of what has been reported and said in all these emails. The sad part about this is Gruden fell victim to other people's problems. And what happened was Bruce Allen, Washington football team's former GM, is under investigation, or the Washington football team is under investigation. So because they was under investigation, it became more of a probe in the investigation where you start checking all these emails to see what was going on in that organization. And it just so happened that Gruden and Bruce Allen was out here sharing unnecessary emails. Now, me, you know, I work in the corporate world, being, you know, Fresno Unified School District.
You're a regular person. You know.
Regular person, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't use my school email to say crazy stuff. A, I would create like an off-brand email, or B, one of these personal emails that I got, because you can't necessarily check my personal emails if Fresno Unified wants to come investigate things that's happening on school policy. So Bruce Allen was dumb for doing that, and then Gruden was dumb for sending emails
to an org,
that email.
To the .org.
Come on, man. So in my head, like, you deserve to be caught. You deserve what happened to you because your thoughts and your feelings are your thoughts and your feelings. How you want to operate, how you do things, listen, it is what it is. We know how this stuff goes. Personally, I'm going to say this out loud. I don't think his comments to DeMaurice Smith was racial, so I'm going to throw that out there. I don't necessarily feel like he was being racist. I mean, he called him DeMaurice Smith, and he had lips like a Michelin tire. I don't think that that's racist. I feel like there's some jokey jokes but it's gonna be have a racial undertone because he white talking about a black dude. So that's where, that goes back to Jay's conversation. Like, damn, everything ain't racist. Like, y'all gotta chill. Now the other stuff, when he called my man, when he told Goodell that he shouldn't have pressured the NFL to draft in a queer, again, using the word queer, I can see how that gonna rub everybody the wrong way. But I agree with the premise that you shouldn't be pressuring teams or a team to draft somebody based on their sexual identity so they can fit into the NFL. You should be drafting him based on whether he's good or he's not. He shouldn't, you shouldn't be pressured into drafting because we got to save face. And then all the female misogynistic stuff. Now that's a little bit extra. But again, for some reason they out here sending nudes, and I just don't understand why you using the .org. Jay, talk to me, man. Why use the .org,
bro? Hey, sometimes I think when you start pushing like 60, like especially we talk about 10 years ago. I remember my mom got the iPhone for the first time, and it's just like not understanding, how to use it, not knowing she had the read receipt on. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a learning curve to it. And I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't notice that .org when he was shooting them back and forth, bro. But hey, he wasn't paying attention, bro. He didn't say what can go wrong here. He passed all that up.
Hey, but Jay, 650,000 emails?
Well, that was everybody.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but overall, that means.
Yeah.
So
no. Go ahead. I didn't know if you was about to.
Oh yeah, no. I he actually kind of stole my thunder. I'm kind of indifferent on Jon Gruden. I actually thought he had a swag like it's a good like leader of men. Now we can criticize his scheme, but like I thought he was kind of inspiring. Sounded credible. Like you won a Super Bowl. Like I already know what you talking about to an extent, but I've been listening to everybody make the rounds on him. But my real issue was just fundamentally the play calling. And when I look back at it, I was like sitting here, I'm like, the first DeMaurice Smith comments, I'm like, well, I mean, I got them Michelin lips too, man. That's trademark over here. But I didn't feel like it was a racist joke. I didn't like when I look at him and I hear him talk about Darren Waller, like I believe that. I believe he thinks Darren Waller is the best player, the most physically gifted player he's ever coached. And so I do believe that somebody can not be racist, but be tempted to make a racist joke, thinking he's funny, right? And what I'm not hearing is that these people who are lighting him on fire and attacking him, I don't want to come off like I'm defending him. I think he had to go because his ability to lead was compromised, like it was over, right? So he had to go. But my only takeaway, and I'm just going to shut this up because I could talk for 30 minutes, is that the people who are looking to light him on fire, all these people, like, when are you giving up your email? So we know that you ain't, that you infallible and that you have the right to get on a soapbox to light him up for having conversations that he thought he was having in private. Right. So like, until you are giving up your privacy, like, let's not be so quick to throw stones, dude.
Okay. All right. I get it. He's Raiders coach. He helped bring y'all a Super Bowl.
No, he did.
He did not.
He did not.
We got two a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was to another team. My bad. He left y'all and got a Super Bowl for another team. And y'all, I'm not saying y'all supporting what he's doing, but here's the thing.
No, he had to go.
No. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Jon Gruden, he's great at masking how he truly feel about certain people and certain ethnic groups and certain people who kind of identify in a certain way. Some of the things he said was damn near crossing the line, disrespectful, shouldn't even be said. And for you to even put it in an email form, that shows me that you don't really give a dang. You know, if you can email somebody on a business email, know dang well that they can pull up any kind of stuff if they want to. And you do it anyway, that means you don't care. That means privilege. That means, look, I'm going to do what I want because they ain't going to do nothing. And then the crazy part about it is that the NFL told the Las Vegas Raiders they need to do something about this because they knew about it. And you know what the Raiders did? They still didn't do nothing. They still didn't do nothing. They just, hey, man, go out there and coach. He wasn't even supposed to coach on Sunday because of all this debacle and stuff. So that lets you know his hierarchy. And this wasn't just a time span of 7 years ago or a time span of 7 years. He did something a few weeks ago, calling out another player on his team. And so saying this ain't no place for no F word. And I ain't talking about F-U-C. You gonna finish the letters. Jon Gruden did was so disrespectful, was so highly uncanny. If you want to come at Goodell and say we shouldn't recruit or draft somebody based off their ethnic or sexuality, then say like in a general terms, like, hey, don't pressure us to recruit or draft players. Okay, we want to draft players who we want. I don't care whatever sexuality they is or whatever. If we feel like they're a great fit for our team, we would draft them. We're not doing it to show face to make the NFL look good. If they're a good player, I don't care about that because what they do outside of their lifestyle got nothing to do with you, bro. That's the problem. And that's the point when I'm trying to say that privilege. Like, yo, you got the word. Yeah, you my head coach. Yeah, you have a lot of power and authority, but that don't mean you can dictate how I'm supposed to live my life. And just because I don't live my life the way you live your life don't mean that your life is better than mine. And the way you living is right. And the way I'm living it is wrong. At the end of the day, that's your opinion at the end of the day. So for you to do what you did, that showed me Jon Gruden didn't give a damn.
Okay, so what's your take on him co-signing Carl Nassib then? Because he didn't cut him the second that he announced it. And that's because all the lights was on him. So he wasn't going to cut him anyway. But
yeah, like, you can't cut him now.
No, but he wasn't. But I mean.
But why say it? Why say it? Why say it?
I'm saying, but I feel like, again, 10 years ago.
It wasn't just 10 years. It was a 7-year span.
That particular comment was 10 years ago during the draft of Michael Sam.
No. I'm saying, but he just got in trouble for something he did recently. This happened recently. That's one of the reasons why he got called in because of that and the other emails. That was 7-year time span. It was a 7-year time span of back and forth conversation, saying some crazy. Let me tell y'all this. If he said one thing, it'd be like, all right, man, apologize. But it was multiple things.
I understand that. And what Jay is alluding to is who he is underneath the surface is who he is underneath the surface, or whatever the case is. He's only caught up. Right. And we only technically know about this is due to the fact that the Washington football team is under investigation. Because if that investigation right now has never transpired, these emails we would never necessarily know about. So again, the character and person.
Hold on, I'm gonna stop you because it was reported that the NFL knew about the emails. They knew about it. They did. When you do a background check, you do a thorough background check. If you think that the NFL didn't know about these emails that went along,
so hold up. So if the NFL been knowing about Bruce Allen and Jon Gruden's email for 10 years and sat on and didn't say nothing, the whole NFL should be getting crucified.
You damn right they should.
Oh,
okay. You damn right. And you know what? And you know what? You know who was the scapegoat? Jon Gruden and the other coach. But the real problem is what the NFL idea is. They know if put it this way, if it was a brother who did something, we wouldn't even play. Look what Kaepernick can't even play in the NFL no more. You know what I'm saying? He can't even play in the NFL because of standing for something he believes in. At the end of the day, he didn't hit nobody. He didn't disrespect nobody. All he did was take a knee. And now this man can't never play football again. But there's a lot of people in the NFL, general managers, CEOs, all these big time folks
Yeah, I mean,
that feel the same way Gruden feels. Gruden is not the only one.
Hold on. Let me co-sign that, but let me kind of go in a different vein here. Is that Mark Davis knew about this, what, Thursday last week? Thursday,
well,
right?
He got wind of the emails.
They have been boys for how long now? He's been trying to recruit him back to be the coach of the Raiders. So I guarantee you,
he wasn't gonna just
guarantee you that if Jon Gruden is comfortable enough to send it in emails, he's comfortable enough to have that kind of talk around Mark Davis. And what you hit on is spot on, is that this is, you can call it locker room talk, you call it whatever, male chauvinist, whatever, however you want to classify it. I'm assuming Mark Davis gets down like that too. And it man. but it's in private. How can you chastise or light somebody on fire so I can make that assumption about Mark Davis, but he ain't the one, getting forced to sell his team like Donald Sterling. You know what I'm saying? You got to get caught.
Because they don't have nothing on Davis yet.
Right.
That's just what it is. Here's the thing. At the end of the day,
that's a dangerous way to start playing the game.
Be the real you. One thing I always try to be a common core. Like if I'm man enough to say something behind somebody's back, then I better be man enough to say it in their face when I see them. I do not like this chitter chat behind the back pillow talk. Oh, this dude is a woo woo woo, and then when I see you, I'm shaking your hand because that's snake like. I don't get along with that type of character. That is like, be you. If you don't like me, you can tell me like in a respectful. Hey man, I'm your coach. You're my player. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't buddies, whatever the case may be. What you do is what you do.
But we know that's not how the corporate world works.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying there's a way you can do it. I'm not telling you tell them just exactly like that, but there's a way you do it. There's a way you can set those boundaries and be respectful in the same time.
And again, I'm not defending Gruden, but his comments about Godell and DeMaurice Smith was comments that went into what was going on with the NFL during that lockout and how these two people couldn't come together for the betterment of the players. Everybody on one side wanting this and wanting that and not putting the NFL first. So that's why he came at DeMaurice Smith.
But here,
that's why he came at Godell. But again, the language he used in the verbiage was totally wrong. Yeah. That's where the problem comes. It's word choice.
It's word choice.
His intent and feelings on the surface was correct. Word choice and who he said it and how he said it, totally wrong.